Hello guys, welcome to my coding channel Coding Learner. In this video we learn about and function and recursion. So and at the end of the video we do two examples of each of them. Then we have to move to the next slide. It contains what is inline function. So inline function is used where we have one line definition of a function, like we have to return the value the cube of a value of a parameter. But there is a condition that only those functions can be made inline by C++ compiler. What are the conditions of compiler is, first of all, the function not contain the loop. Function does not contain any static variable. Function is not recursive, and return time would be not void. Anything but not void. And it doesn't contain any switch and go to statements. Then we have to move to another slide. This is the syntax of inline function. First there is a keyword inline. Then we have return type. It should not be void. And then we have function name. And there parameter, obviously there is a parameter by in, and then we have curly bracket and there is a definition of a function. So we have to move to the next slide with define what is recursion. So recursion is a method of function which call repeatedly within the same function. So this helps to repeat of a code again and again. We have do some example in recursion so you can easily identify what is recursion and how it will perform. So we have to do some example on inline function or recursion. So first we have to do one program in inline function. So there is inline keyword at the beginning of the definition of inline function, and then we have a return type which will be int. In this program we have to print the cube of a variable or a parameter. So inline function int, we have a function name as cube, then we have one parameter named as x which is integer type, and then we have a definition of inline function which return the cube of x. That's it. All about inline function. We have to move on into main. First we have to define a variable a. We take the variable the a from the user. Then we have out statement. First we have to print cube space, and then we call our inline function which names as cube. We have to pass parameter type int x. So we have to pass a as a parameter, then ELTL return 0. So that's it. We have to run the program. We have to write let 3. There is a cube of 3 which is 24. So that's it about inline function. So there is one example, an inline function which return the maximum number from the two number. So let me start from the defining the inline function name as, first of all we have return type as float, and function name will be maximum. It contains two parameter, float type parameter x and y. Then we have return the value if x is greater than y. If it is, then return x, else it return y. So we have to move our main function, which takes float values from the user name as a and b in a b, and c out return maximum number, and here we call our inline function named as max, in which we give two parameter a and b, both are float type. Return 0. So that's it. We have to run the program. .9 and 5.9. So we got the maximum number 5.9. That's it. So we have to move another topic, recursion. We have to do program which calculate the factorial of a number. So first we have to define our function name as fact. It contains only one parameter name as n, and if the value of n is equals to 0, then return 1, else return n star fact n minus 1. So here we call a function inside the function fact, and then we have to move another main function which take from the user, and we call fact function by giving as a parameter, return 0. So that's it. We have to move. So I give 5 and we got 120. So what was happening here? We have n, we give m as 5, and then 5 is inside the n, and then it's first check if n is 0 0, then return 1, else it comes this loop. So first n will be 5. So here it is not 0, so it not return 1, and it comes in this loop, in this function, in which we have to n multiply by fact n minus 1. Here n minus 1 will be 4. So again it is called this function. So now n will be 4. It's check n is equals to 0, it's not 0, so then it move forward, and here we got 5 into
5 is already here. 5 into 4 into, now fact minus 1, n minus 1 will be fact 3. So now value of n will be 3. So now it is check. If it is 0, then return 1, else it come into the another. Now we have 5 into 4 into fact will be n minus 1. So now fact n minus 1 contains 2. 5 into 4 into 3. Now fact is 2. Now it comes, now the value of n will be 2. Then it's again check. If it is 0, then it returns 1. And now we have 5 into 4 into 3 into 2. Now fact will be 2 minus 1 will be 1. So again n will be 1. It's check. N is is not equal to 0. Then it move forward, and here it is come. It got 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Now fact n minus 1. 1 minus 1 will be 0. Now it comes here, n will be 0. If n is equals to 0, it return 1. So what we get? Here we get 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into, and at the end 1. If the value of n is 0, it gives 1. So that's how we gain 120.